is time, guys. GrappleChat, July the 9th, 2018. Monday Night Raw has just went off the air, and I am here live at Monday Night Raw. It's kind of dark. It's kind of dark in here. It's kind of dark, guys. Let me switch myself. Let me switch myself around because the lights started to go out, man. Saw a lot of people getting sleepy as Raw was going on. It was going on. It kept going further and further into the dark side. And I saw some people who just could not keep themselves awake, which is sad. There you go. This feels better. This feels better. All right. What is up? I gotta do a roll call right now. All right. Thank you guys for joining me for this Monday Night Raw review. I don't think did I do this at the bottom? Yeah, I think I did it. All right. Cool. Ringside. Yes, I am at Monday Night Raw, guys. I am ringside. I'm sitting here. They let me sit down. People in the background are just so enthralled that they're not moving at all. They're frozen because they're like, that's him. That's Gritty. That's really him. Shh. And they're all quiet. I see Documentary in the house. I see Adam Bomb in the house. I see Cringe Man in the house. I see FinnishViking 1Z in the house. I see Mad Griff in the house. I see JRO. I see Jack Swagger. Who else do I see? I see Richard Legg. I see Nathan Retta. Who else do I see, man? I see lots of people. I see Tails the Fox. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This is about to be fantastic. I'm going to give you guys my rundown of what I saw, what happened on Monday Night Raw, what I thought of the matches involved, what I think of these rivalries, what I think is going to happen going into Extreme Rules, all kinds of stuff. This is going to be a very packed episode of GrappleChat, and I just got to say thank you to everybody who's joined me. If you're watching this after the fact, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought of Monday Night Raw and what you thought of my rating as well. That'll be awesome. So let's get in here. Let's get in here and let's find out. Monday Night Raw started off with one of those cinematic openings, guys. It was Roman Reigns. It was Bobby Lashley, and let me tell you something, man. They are spending an awful lot of time and an awful lot of attention on Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley. Man, that's like, I don't understand it. I want to understand. I really do. I really do want to understand, man. But I just don't get it. I really don't get it. And I know a lot of people are like, well, just let it happen, Gritty. Yeah, sure. I'm going to let it happen. What am I going to do? Am I going to jump out there and stop Roman from wrestling Bobby Lashley at Extreme Rules? I don't think so. But this rivalry is just making no sense to me. It just, I mean, they're trying to make it make sense. Oh, I'm the big dog. No, I'm the big dog. What are you talking about? You're the big dog. Both of you guys have beaten nobody since Bobby Lashley came here. He beat Sami Zayn. Who hasn't beaten Sami Zayn? If beating Sami Zayn makes you the #1 contender for the Universal title, then everybody is #1 contender. Okay. That's nothing special. That's absolutely nothing special. I'm not saying Sami Zayn is a pushover. I'm saying they've booked him to be a pushover. He's been beaten by everybody. Roman Reigns has beaten Jinder Mahal. I mean, yeah, that's a previous world champion, so I guess it kind of makes sense. But where has he been since? Like he came over to since he came over to Raw, it's just been losses for him. He got like one win against Chad Gable. What has he done since then? Like there's literally nothing about beating Sami Zayn or beating Jinder Mahal that should have any championship implications. So the fact that this match between Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley is getting so much attention on this episode of Raw, it feels out of place. And I don't know who's watching, who can disagree with me. But honestly, it's out of place. It feels out of place. It feels way too overhyped. And all I can say is, hey, it's fine if it's overhyped. Okay? It's just the match better live up to that hype. Okay? Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley at Extreme Rules better be like the bee's knees. They better have some crazy stuff booked. I better see Roman Reigns hitting sunset flip power bombs. I better see Bobby Lashley hitting Roman Reigns with the spear that like puts him through the ropes to the outside. I don't want anybody getting hurt. Nobody needs to get hurt. But honestly, dude, after how much advertisement we got. I would say there was probably a good 10 to 20 minutes of Monday Night Raw that was dedicated to Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley. And they didn't even have a match, like literally 10 to 20 minutes where it was just talking about them, showing graphics of them, showing promos of theirs that were lackluster. These guys, they're not doing anything major. And it just, I don't know, man. I'm harping on it as much as they are, so I'm just going to say it seems out of place. They spent way too much time and effort on this Roman Reigns Bobby Lashley thing for it to not pan out into something major. So it better be something good. All right. This Sunday at Extreme Rules, I better be seeing one of the finest Roman Reigns matches of all time, let alone Bobby Lashley. This better be something great. So Roman Reigns is walking backstage after the cinematic intro where they show Roman Reigns like walking through the smoke and dramatic announcers telling you all the how epic it's been between Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley. Meanwhile, none of that happened. Nothing epic happened between Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns throughout this entire feud up till now. So this announcer is just reaching. He's like, it's the epic showdown. These the big dog and no. After the epic intro, we see Roman Reigns just walking backstage. Crowd's booing, the crowd's chanting Daniel Bryan. They're chanting anything but Roman Reigns. And then Bobby Lashley gets up at his face. He's right in front of him. Bobby Lashley says, hey, I don't know where you're going, but you better be going out to that ring to call me out. Why? Why are you finding Roman Reigns backstage? Like, there's just so much about this feud that has been so mishandled. And I'm not blaming the athletes. This is the one thing I need people to actually get through their head more than anything. I'm not blaming the athletes, okay? Roman Reigns, epic. Bobby Lashley, epic, okay? They both have incredible physiques. They both have incredible wrestling potential. They can both do the dang thing out there. I'm not blaming them. When you hear me say these things, I'm talking about creative. I'm talking about the guys backstage who are writing all this stuff and making it what it is. It's horrendous. You better be going out there to call me out, Bobby Lashley says. And I'm sitting here like, Bobby Lashley, you of all people can walk out there and call out Roman Reigns. Do you not know where the ring is? Did you get lost backstage? I think Bobby Lashley got lost backstage. And he was asking Roman Reigns where he was going because he was legitimately lost. He's like, I've never been to Boston. I don't know what... how do you get out there? Hey, it is Roman. Hey, Roman, where are you going? Roman's like, I'm going out there. He's like, oh, hey, where is out there? How do you get out there? Because I've been lost back here for like 4 hours, dude. I'm scared. Why is he telling Roman Reigns to go call him out? Doesn't that defeat the purpose of calling someone out? Walking up to them backstage and having a conversation with them about how they should call you out? That's like meeting somebody in the streets who you hate and being like, yo, I hope you're going to the park to call me and tell me to come to the park so I can come beat you up at the park. Why aren't you beating him up right there? Why aren't you out there in the ring calling Roman Reigns out? Like, it made no sense at all. So anyway, I'm sorry. What in the world was this beginning? Hey, I hope you're going out there to call me out so I can come out and then fight you. Because we're right here face to face. I'm standing 2 feet in front of you, but I want you to call me out once you get out there. I just don't get it, man. I'm sorry, but that's garbage. That's garbage. So anyway, Roman Reigns hits the ring. He's got some things to say.
I've literally never had anybody stare me in the face and say, go out there and call me out, Roman. So I don't know about you, Boston, but I'm curious about what Bob can do.
Bob.
So Bobby Lashley, get your ass out here because I am calling you out.
It's what Lashley asked for. I'm anxious to find out what Bobby Lashley not only can do, but what he will do. Well, Roman Reigns is going to get his opportunity.
Brand new theme song for Bobby Lashley, by the way. Brand new theme song, I believe.
This is not going to happen tonight. Save it for this Sunday.
Lashley will not heed the general manager's advice, and here we go. Reigns and Lashley, the brawls.
Nope. All right, so not Kevin Owens, Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle says, save it for Sunday, guys. Don't fight, because Bobby Lashley comes out and he's in the ring with Roman Reigns, but they decide, no, we're doing it now, because it's got to get extreme, guys. We only got 6 days left before Extreme Rules, so we got to get extreme. So now Bobby Lashley wants to just tear Roman Reigns' head off for some reason, and it takes the entire locker room filing out from the back to separate these two, and they're doing a horrible job at it because Bobby Lashley keeps getting free, beating up Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns keeps getting free. Bobby Lashley definitely looks stronger in this exchange, even though Roman Reigns got like a nice over-the-top rope splash on top of like 30 superstars on the outside. It was the same thing that you saw with Brock Lesnar having to get separated. It's just the whole locker room files out and tries to keep them apart. It was cool. It's always cool to see two people who are so powerful that it takes a whole locker room to keep them apart. But at the same time, and this is my mind working because I'm trying to enjoy this from twofold. All right, twofold. Sports and entertainment. All right. There's a reason that Michael Jordan wanted to beat Detroit so badly. It's because of the storyline. It's because of what happened. Michael Jordan used to get tossed on the ground. Like, I'm not talking about tossed. Michael Jordan used to get clotheslined. He used to get bodied, elbowed, destroyed. They used to tell him, you're going to have to make your points from the free throw line because you ain't getting points on this court while I'm here. They used to destroy this guys. Michael Jordan used to get destroyed so bad that they were counting fouls. Detroit was counting fouls. Okay, how many you got? All right, you're going to foul him this time because if I foul him, then, so you're going to foul him this time. They used to be counting how many fouls they had so they wouldn't foul out just so they could destroy this guy. So when Michael Jordan finally beat Detroit, it was a big deal. When Michael Jordan, and the Bulls, of course, but when Michael Jordan finally took out Joe Dumars and all the rest of these fools, all the rest of these grunts who were out here just making his life living hell, it made sense why, and it was real. That's sports, okay? That's why it's epic when these things happen. That's why people are jumping out of their seats and wearing all the colors, and you see the guy with his whole body painted up and it's snowing outside and he's not wearing a shirt. That's why, because it's epic, because it makes sense, okay? Meanwhile, in the WWE, we got Bobby Lashley, who just weeks ago, Sami Zayn literally talked trash about his entire family, pretended that men dressed as women were his sisters, had them come out and beat him up, then talked trash again about Bobby Lashley's empire and how he's undercover just trying to get people to buy his merchandise and all this other stuff, and then questioned him when he was questioned his serving his country and all this stuff. The things that really should get to Bobby Lashley, he's still coming out here and he's just smiling it up and high-fiving fans and being all happy-go-lucky Bobby Lashley. But then Roman Reigns comes out here and is like, oh, hey, those 10 years while you weren't here? Now I'm the big dog. Oh, my God, now Bobby Lashley can't handle it, and now it takes a whole locker room to keep Bobby Lashley off of Roman Reigns. Makes no sense, man. It makes no sense. It seems very forced. It seems fictitious. And it's not Michael Jordan versus Detroit, man. It's not Michael Jordan versus Detroit. It's Michael Jordan versus, I don't know, Golden State back in the day, where it's just like, okay, whatever, you're going to win. Cool. It makes no sense. So this whole entire thing just stunk of a setup, and it was a setup because throughout the entire night they're just showing us graphics of Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley like it's the biggest, best thing in the world, and it's like, dude, what is this feud? What is it? What is it? What the heck's going on here? So anyway, that's over with, and I'm glad it's done with. So anyway, Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley, thankfully, they get separated eventually, but Roman Reigns, they did a good job of building up the extreme thing, but I don't think they said anything about any stipulations, so it's just the Extreme Rules, Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns this Sunday in a normal match. After all that, I'm pretty sure it's just a normal match. Hang on, let me check. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's just a normal match at Extreme Rules. There's not even a stipulation on it. It's not a table match. It's not a first blood match. It's not a knockout match. It's not a lumberjack match. It's not a falls count anywhere match. It's not a steel cage ladder match. There's nothing. Chair match. Nothing. Why is it nothing? There's no stipulation to it. So I just got to eject this from the hull and just move on through space. All right, we're going to light speed. Let's get away from there and leave them to. It better be a great match. It better be a great match. If that match is Jinder Mahal versus Roman from Money in the Bank, then I'm losing stock, man. I'm losing stock in the WWE because the way that they just built this matchup during this Monday Night Raw, it had better be just a 4-star, 5-star exchange, man. Or else I'm going to be upset on the internet, guys. Next up, we got Nia Jax and Natalya versus Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. After that entire brawl, the entire fallout, backstage, we see Alexa Bliss and Mickie James watching the TV, and Alexa Bliss is like, oh, you see all that carnage? All that destruction? That's going to be nothing compared to what I'm going to do. Moving on. Anyway, Nia Jax and Natalya beat Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. Nia Jax, she does a really nice press at the end. Nothing super impressive happened in this match. Nice military press, drops Mickie James, goes off the ropes, drops the leg on her, and just leaves the leg on her to pin her. So Nia Jax gets the win. But right after the 3 count, Alexa Bliss comes out of nowhere with the first piece of actually extreme something, a kendo stick smashing. Okay, the first piece of extreme anything we've seen from Alexa Bliss or Nia Jax in a while now. Smashing Nia Jax. She even hit her in the back of the head with it, I think. But then eventually Nia Jax blocked it, took it away, and just chased after Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss leaves and she snaps it in half. Nia Jax snaps the kendo stick in half and tosses it outside. I guess they're gonna have extreme rules match. So there you go. All right. So Nia Jax and Natalya beat Alexa Bliss and Mickie James in a tag team match, which is what I thought they were going to do last week. Then we got Mojo Rawley versus No Way Jose, and they actually fought this time. There was no hamburger guys getting thrown. There were no burgers getting flipped. There was no promos being cut. It was just a straight-up match, and Mojo Rawley looked very impressive here. No Way Jose did his best to fight back in this match, but it was pretty much a clinic. Mojo was just too hype. He was too focused. He was just doing a really good job. So Mojo wins. He takes out No Way Jose, and that's the end of that one. Then Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas come out. Oh my goodness! Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas come out, and they're dressed as the leaders of worlds. And Bo Dallas continues to do his best Bray Wyatt impersonation on the mic, and it's just so funny. He starts talking about Zatarans and salt and pepper, and it's gonna be a feasted here. It's gonna be, what did he say? It's gonna be a what did he say? A buffet. He's like, I'm talking about buffets in here. It was so funny, man, because he's just making fun of his brother, and it's so perfect. If you guys don't know, if you're watching this after the fact, Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt are real life brothers. Yes, in real life. I'm not talking about their brothers in a storyline that I'm breaking news, guys. I'm spoiling it for you. No, they're real life brothers. They were birthed from the same mother by the same father, grew up in the same house. They are real life brothers. And it's just so funny to see Bo Dallas just doing a spot on impersonation of his brother. So much fun. Hate to be negative, but I think Extreme Rules will fall short of Money in the Bank. Hey, if it falls short of Money in the Bank, then it'll be pretty bad, because I didn't really like Money in the Bank too much. But we'll see. Mojo hype, yep. Rematch during a pre-show of Extreme Rules. Yep, they'll probably do it. But I can see another match that might take the pre-show spot. I'll be talking about that in a second. But Bo Dallas is taking on Matt Hardy, not taking on Bray Wyatt. But the match was okay. It was more of like a showcase, and it was more fun just because I was like, man, Bo Dallas, so funny. But Bo Dallas wins against Matt Hardy, and I think he brought back his old finisher. So I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be a good match between these two. Hopefully, we'll finally see Bo Dallas versus Bray Wyatt in a WWE wrestling ring, and I just can't wait for it. Honestly, they helped me to actually care about this match a little bit more because the Raw Tag Team Championships have been kind of out of not too important to me. It's really good to see Bray is not hurt either, because Bray was in a very scary car accident from what I hear, and he's back. So hopefully he's all good, and I'm just really glad to see him okay. Then we got Ember Moon versus Liv Morgan, guys. Don't you just love the sound of that? Ember Moon versus Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan, once again, they let her look like a kind of credible threat to Ember Moon. Ember Moon's looking less and less impressive here. I don't know why they're doing this. When you have a person who is going to be a single star, like a legitimately single star, and has been NXT champion, has been in incredible matches with some of the women that you're pushing to the top of the fight card at all times, Ember Moon should be booked super duper strong. Liv Morgan, on the other hand, I'm not saying she's bad, but she's part of a faction, which is called the Riot Squad. So, you would think that the way that they would make Liv look strong is by having her teammate come and like cheat or do weird things. Like, this is one of those times where I would condone that sort of thing because it makes sense. They're supposed to be a faction. They're supposed to be a squad, a Riot Squad. They're not supposed to be playing by the rules and just, oh, I'm going to stand outside the match and watch you wrestle. My name is Sarah Logan, and I like watching wrestling matches from ringside instead of backstage, where I could do the exact same thing. Like, it just makes no sense that they're making Liv Morgan look like a credible threat to Ember Moon. Ember Moon should be smashing her life force. And she did at the end, but there was a whole like 8 minutes before that where Liv Morgan was looking like a credible threat to Ember Moon. It's like, I don't believe it. I don't want to believe it. But what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, what are they freaking doing here? So Liv Morgan wrestles a pretty presentable match, and I don't have a problem with making Liv Morgan look like a credible threat to Ember Moon if you're gonna make her a singles superstar. But why are you using all this time, and why are you not making Sarah Logan get involved so that it's like, oh, okay, well, Liv Morgan's okay, but she's not at Ember Moon's level. No, they keep making it look like Ember Moon just gets like two lucky hits, and then she just hits her with the Eclipse and it's game over. So I can't do it, man. I can't deal with it anymore. I let them do it last Raw. I let them get away with it, and this match is just no. Liv Morgan, you don't have what it takes. You don't, and you're not convincing me anymore. Make her a credible threat in a faction, or don't make her a credible threat at all, because I'm not believing it. Ember Moon needs to be strong, because after this whole Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss thing is over with, hopefully they will legitimize this Raw Women's Championship by putting it on somebody who can pull off a great wrestling match like Ember can, because I'm getting very bored with the high school drama. Dude, I was bored of high school drama by the time I got to high school, and I'm out of high school now, so I don't want it anymore. I never liked it. I never bought into it. I never was hype about it. I don't watch High School Musical. I watched a little bit of Glee, but that was because, I had a girlfriend who liked it. Like, I don't like high school drama, and it has no spot in my wrestling ring. So get it out of here, and let's get a credible person like Ember Moon onto that title. I'm tired of Alexa. I don't think she should be touching that title for a little while. I know she's a good heel, and that's what they need for Ronda. We'll be talking about Ronda in a second, too. Ronda was not on this show, by the way, because she's suspended. But she was on the show. You'll see. Anyway, Ember Moon beats Liv Morgan with the Eclipse. Get it out of here. Goodbye and good luck. I hope that does not become like the pre-show match. I'm done with it. Super duper done with it. The captain's daughter, Blue Morgan. Yep, her blue tongue. Her blue tongue. Next up, we got a match that they announced before Raw. Baron Corbin and Elias versus Finn Balor and Bobby Roode. Which just leads me to think that, oh gosh, man, I don't even want to talk about this. Like, this is how bad it is. I don't even want to talk about it. I honestly don't. I don't even want to talk about it. Match was think about it. You got the TNA, the Impact champion, Bobby freaking Roode. Okay. You got Baron Corbin, a guy who, in his own right, he's been United States champion before. He won the Money in the Bank ladder match. He is a multiple-time Golden Gloves boxing champion, and he's got a good look to him. He's healing it up. He's doing a good job out here. Okay, so you got that. You got NXT champion, Universal champion, and the Demon Finn Balor in this match. And on top of that, you got Elias, a guy who, in his own rights, went after the Intercontinental Championship and almost won it. Has been one of the finest parts of Monday Night Raw, one of the most entertaining parts of Monday Night Raw, and just overall his work rate, just his physique, everything about him is incredible. And you put them all together, guess what you get? Regular, just lackluster, nothing at all. Just nothing. Like, the match was just pointless. It was like, oh, hey, don't you know? Finn's going to fight against Baron at Extreme Rules. And that's all we got, man. Like, literally, they pulled out a couple things here and there, but the match was just full of rest holds and noogies and stuff. Like, just, I can't have it, man. I really can't. Like, this Raw really got to me in certain places. I loved this Raw, but I disliked this Raw in certain ways, and that's what I'm trying to explain here. It had those hot and cold spots again, like I'm talking about. When you put a TV dinner, you're like, oh yeah, heck yeah, lasagna? What? TV dinner, lasagna? Dude, I don't have to make lasagna. I just get to put it in the microwave? Okay, cool. You put it in the microwave. You poke some holes in the plastic, you turn it on for 4 minutes or whatever, and then you pull it out. And you're like, ah, yeah, dude, it's flaming hot. Ooh, I can feel it. It's so hot. And then you take it to your seat, and you're getting ready to watch a movie, and you're like, dig into it, put it in your mouth. Guess what? Icy cold in the middle, super hot on the outside. You didn't cook it right. That's this Raw, dude. It's super hot here, super cold here, super hot here, super cold here. It's just, I want it cooked all the way through. I want that nice melty cheese. I want the inside to be steaming, and I want to be able to taste the Italian sausage and the sauce, and oh yeah, and I want to watch my movie or whatever and just eat it up and just enjoy my evening. I don't want to be having to eat around cold parts, put it back in the microwave and miss part of the movie. I don't want to have to do none of that. That's what this Raw was. Okay? Next up, I don't even want to talk about it. Anyway, so Baron Corbin and Elias win against Finn Balor and Bobby Roode. The end. All right. So Baron Corbin will fight Finn Balor hopefully in the pre-show of Extreme Rules, and I'm not saying that because I don't like them. I'm saying that because this is not a real feud to me. This seems super tacked on, and there's nothing to talk about. Absolutely nothing to talk about. Just a match. Okay, tag team match. Finn Balor gets his 8th loss straight. The guy hasn't won a match in like a month and a half, so I fully expect Finn Balor to win at Extreme Rules, guys. They cannot let this guy lose for 2 straight months. All right, especially not against Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin's got better things to do anyway. All right, I can definitely see, if there's one prediction that I can guarantee you I'm getting right at Extreme Rules, it is that Finn Balor beats Baron Corbin, because if he loses again, he might as well just go to New Japan. Might as well just go back, man. Rip the contract up and get out of here. Rip it up. Finn Balor, just rip it up, dude. Get out of here. There's nothing for you here. And I'm not saying that because he sucks. I'm saying WWE doesn't care about him at all. Next up, Kevin Owens. He was in he was in Kurt Angle's office in one of the funnier parts of Monday Night Raw. He was in Kurt Angle's office all night. He had a doctor's note, so Kevin Owens was just, he was there. He's like, hey man, I got a doctor's note. I'm not cleared for battle tonight, so I'm gonna be with you all night long. Oh, there was another really fun part of Monday Night Raw that I missed, but I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna play it. It's fun to me, but I don't think it'll be super funny to anybody else. But yeah, Jinder Mahal was backstage. Seth Rollins found him, and Seth Rollins is like, "You're talking some sense, man. Maybe when I'm burning it down, maybe I'm actually burning parts of my soul." And then Jinder's like, "See?" And he's like, "Yes, okay, so show me it again." And then he starts doing the Shanti thing, and Seth starts doing it with him. But as Jinder's doing the Shanti and closing his eyes, Seth just like sneaks away. It was so funny to me, but you'll just have to watch it yourself. I think it was awesome. I think it was very, very fun. All right, so Kevin Owens was hiding from Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman went backstage. He found Kevin Owens and he sprayed him with some like air freshener, because I guess he still stinks from the porta potty that he got dumped over in last week. 7 days straight, he still stinks. There you go. All right, then we got, let's see here. Let me find out if I'm missing anything. I don't want to miss anything. You know, it's very, very important. Very important that I don't miss any of this. That's it. That's it. Then we got the highlight of the night, which is, oh man, I missed the whole segment. I missed the segment where Seth was talking that trash to Dolph Ziggler. All right, hang on a second. If I have this, we definitely have to hear this. Yes, here it is. Okay. All right. I have this. This is what happened. This is why we were getting this main event, apparently. I don't know what they had planned as the main event before that, but if this exchange wouldn't happen, we would have ended Raw like a half an hour earlier or whatever. So Seth Rollins comes out. His music hits. He gets the mic and he's talking that trash. He's talking about how he's going to win at Extreme Rules and all that. And then Dolph's music comes on. But first, I think first they're going to let Seth talk. Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Mr. Money in the Bank, actually. I won that here in Boston. The Kingslayer, the Architect, the Man, Monday Night Rollins. But right now, to me, the only moniker that matters is former Intercontinental Champion Seth Rollins.
Oh, yeah, man. Get that belt back.
The good news is that I've got an opportunity to change that. Because in 1 week at Extreme Rules, I go one-on-one with Dolph Ziggler for 30 minutes. And the man who scores the most victories in that time frame becomes the Iron Man and leaves Extreme Rules the Intercontinental Champion. Now look, Dolph's no walk in the park, man. He's no joke. He's fast, he's a veteran, he's savvy. Dolph is gonna bring the fight, and I'm looking forward to that. I love testing myself against the absolute best. The problem is he's also gonna bring that overgrown Scottish Wookiee Drew McIntyre.
Scottish Wookiee. Scottish Wookiee.
Thanks for all those kind words, Seth. We really should talk about how good I am more often on the show. Now, don't be fooled for a second. You see, I'm not just gonna bring my quickness and agility and rugged good looks and this giant psychopath Drew McIntyre with me. I'm also gonna bring this. When it comes to that Iron Man match at Extreme Rules, I'm so good, I may win 5-0, 10-0, 100-0, 1,000-0.
Whoa, man, hey. You've been bleaching your hair for too long, man. I think that peroxide's getting to your brain. You might want to go see a doctor. We got any good physicians in the house? Check them out, man.
You got some great jokes, Seth. But here's the reality check that you needed. You win an Iron Man match by racking up victory after victory, beating your opponent over and over until that scoreboard is so filled with victories, and after 30 minutes, you walk out the champion. Now, I'm not one to brag, but back at Kent State University, I racked up so many victories. When I walked out that door, I was the all-time winningest wrestler.
I bet Drew helped you win all those too, right? Drew, I didn't know you graduated from Kent State, man. What was your degree in?
All right, you're playing the comedian tonight, Seth. It doesn't matter where I've been. What matters is where I am going.
We know where you're going, man. Wherever Dolph tells you to go. I mean, why are you letting him lead you around on a leash? I just don't understand. Oh.
Uh-oh.
He knows your secrets. Tell me there are no photographs, man. Please, look, I know
he knows your secrets.
Scotland, but there are only so many sheep to go around, Drew. Please tell me there's no photographs. Hey, please.
Now he's getting hyped. Drew's going after him.
You want to call yourself the man? Let's see how much of a man you really are. Fight me tonight.
All right, Drew, you want to fight? You got to fight, but hey, you better be very careful, my man, because I am a bad man. Bad man.
McIntyre's had it up, and he goes right after Seth Rollins.
And Seth just like runs out between both of them and slinks through the ropes before they both can slaughterhouse him. Oh my goodness. Seth just ruled the mic in this segment, and then his mouth got him into that situation where he had to fight Drew McIntyre tonight. And this match was, you could tell that they knew this was a dream match. You could tell just the way that they built to it, the way that the entrances worked out. It looked great. It had that big fight feel to it, and this was a true main event of Monday Night Raw. You got the guy who, Seth Rollins, he's been every champion. He's been every champion there. He's a Grand Slam winner. And Drew McIntyre, he probably could have been as well if his first run wouldn't have turned out the way that it did. But now he is back with a vengeance. The Drewminator, dude. This guy is built to win. He is built to rise to the top of the entire WWE. I feel that someday Drew McIntyre could be Universal Champion, World Heavyweight Champion, whatever, anything. So it had that good big fight feel to it, and you could tell they knew. So they didn't work as hard. You could tell that they were taking their time, plotting out their stuff, and not trying to go full force, full steam ahead. But that didn't stop them from pulling off a great match. It was still a good match, still a great match, but it wasn't. You could tell that there was like that ceiling that they kept hitting, where they're like, no, we can't give them all that because they want to bank on this. They want this to be something that could be epic in the future, like super epic, like main eventing a pay-per-view epic. So I could just tell from the very beginning that they were working slower. They weren't really giving it that next level of endurance or speed or intensity, but they still brought it. I don't mean to talk about it that way, but I just want people to understand, like, this is a dream match, and don't judge this match as the future of how good it could be between these two, because in the future I feel like they'll take the chains off. They'll unlock the full potential and let these guys really go, because this was not as good as it could have been, but it was incredible. It was fun. It was fun. Had that Scottish blood boiling. Yes, he did, especially when he said "bad man." He got him with that. But yeah, they had great back and forth. Dolph did not get involved as much as I thought he was going to, but he probably thought if he got involved, it was gonna undo, because this match mattered so much to Dolph. If Seth wins this match, Drew McIntyre is barred from ringside, and Dolph has to fight a straight up clean Iron Man match versus Seth Rollins. But if Seth Rollins loses to Drew McIntyre, then that means Drew gets to be at ringside for the Iron Man match this Sunday for the Intercontinental Championship. So Drew can be there to kind of throw off things and sway the match in Dolph's corner. So Dolph really, really wanted this to go Drew's way, which was good because at ringside you could see every time that Seth would get the upper hand, you'd see Dolph like playing it up, and I love that, man. That's the mark of a great wrestler is the way they sell every situation, not just I just got punched in the face and my jaw hurts. Like they sell everything to you. They give you a show, and Dolph definitely did that tonight. He did a really good job of showing that he wanted Drew to win this so he could have Drew as his ace in the hole. Which it did come down to that. Drew eventually Seth got a little bit too much of the momentum in his favor, and he was coming off the top with something major for Drew. But Dolph hops up on the apron. He gets destroyed by Seth, but it gives just enough. Oh no! He hopped up on the apron. He went under the rope, but he got curb stomped. Seth Rollins curb stomped Dolph's back. He didn't even curb stomp his head. He curb stomped his back into the ground, and that gave Drew McIntyre just enough time and space to do the run-up Claymore straight to Seth's jawline, and 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre gets the win. So Drew McIntyre gets to be at ringside for this Sunday's Intercontinental Iron Man Showdown, and man, It's set up perfectly for there to be some sort of return if there's gonna be any. Maybe Jason Jordan can come back. Maybe Dean Ambrose. I don't know if Dean is even close to being cleared. I have no idea, guys. But it's set up perfectly. They have definitely made it so that Drew is like the X factor, where Dolph and Seth can put on a great match, but they're playing it up as if Seth has got so much fire in his heart and so much want to get that title back that he'll just run over Dolph eventually. So they've used Drew McIntyre. This has been a really good, really well built feud that has something involved, something on the line. And I think if anybody's going to come to help Seth, now would be a good time. This Sunday would be a very good time. So if Jason's coming back, if Dean is coming back, I have no idea, but now's the time, man. Now's the time. I hope Seth gets his belt back, man. I do see that as Seth's belt right now, and I think that they're playing it up. They're playing it up as that as well. I would like that a lot. But that was Monday Night Raw, man. Altogether, I think that this Monday Night Raw, with the hot and cold spots I was talking about, if you missed this, did you miss anything before Extreme Rules? They also announced that Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens is happening at Extreme Rules, and it's going to be a steel cage match. So at least we have a steel cage match and an Extreme Rules match on the fight card at Extreme Rules. I don't think there's any other stipulation matches at Extreme Rules. I think that's it. So I honestly wish they would just get rid of Extreme Rules at this point, because it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Like, there's nothing extreme about this pay-per-view. What's a steel cage match, dude? They've done a steel cage match before on Raw. Like, it doesn't mean anything. And unless they do something incredible, I just foresee it being a glorified Raw match, and then Extreme Rules match between Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss. How extreme is it going to be? I wish they would just come up with a different pay-per-view name and stop the Extreme Rules, because it just feels like false advertisement to me. It feels bad. It feels really, really bad. You're talking to a person who's seen some extreme wrestling matches before, and this ain't it, man. Lovable rules, yeah, pretty much. So, out of 10, I'm going to give this Raw maybe a 7.3. It was not fantastic. It was better than like an average Raw, though, because there were funny parts. There were those hot points, and plus that main event was awesome. It flew by. It didn't seem like it went on too long, which is another mark of at least you're having fun. The Bo Dallas stuff was funny. Altogether, I had an okay time. I don't think you missed much if you didn't see this Raw, and I would not recommend going back and watching anything but the main event. Like there's really nothing major that happened here. So 7.3, I feel like they're lucky to get that because this is a go-home show. This is supposed to be the thing that hypes us up for Extreme Rules, and it really just didn't do much for me. The only match that really moved up in my mind as far as me being hyped for it was just the Raw Tag Team titles. That's it. Everything else is like, okay, cool. I know you're going to do it, but we'll see, guys. We'll see. Let's see what SmackDown does tomorrow, and also let's see what the match order is on Sunday. I will be streaming Extreme Rules, guys, so I hope you will have your your clocks, your alarms set. Get ready to hang out with me and the rest of Team Gritty for Extreme Rules this Sunday. How extreme can it get? We shall see. Oh, it's going to be epic. I give it a 7.3. What do you guys give it? Finish Hype King says 7. Let's see. Kid Phantom says 7. Second City says 7.3. Amanda Jordan says 0.0. That's impossible. That's impossible. That'd be like if it didn't come on. At least they had some nice graphics and stuff. Come on. Come on. Not 0.0. That's impossible. We shall see, though, man. What do you guys think? Give me your ratings. Tell me your rating. Must thank everybody who showed up for the live hangout today for Raw. Like I said, tomorrow I'll be doing SmackDown Live, so that's going to be off the charts. You know they're going to do their best to hammer home Extreme Rules, so we'll see what their build is looking like. I think it's going to be good. And also thank you to everybody who hung out for GrappleChat tonight. If you were here for GrappleChat, please leave a thumbs up. If you're watching this after the fact, definitely leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel here. Click that bell icon. That way you can get notified when I upload new things or when I go live. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking of the build towards Extreme Rules or who you think might win. I'd love to have a conversation with you guys. Adam Bomb says 7.5. I can see that. King Spade says 6.5. Tails the Fox says 7.5. But I'll tell you one thing. The chat, 10 out of 10. All the time, man. You guys rocked. I got to say thank you to everybody who chipped in and everybody who donated, everybody who tweeted about this, retweeted about this, favorited my tweets, all that stuff. You guys rock so much. So the show, 7.3. But you guys, 10 out of 10. Always. My chat is doing the dang thing. So get in here, hang out with us next time, guys. I will see you guys later. Gritty Urban. That's me. Gritty Urban. And GrappleChat.